I'm Susan Page, Washington Bureau Chief of USA Today, and this is Capitol Download. We're on Capitol Hill with Arizona Congresswoman Martha McSally, who was sworn in yesterday. Thanks so much for joining us.
Sure, thanks for having me.
You were the first U.S. female fighter pilot in combat,
Yes.
the first woman to command an Air Force fighter squadron, and the last person to win a congressional election in 2014. Your challenge to Democratic Congressman Ron Barber wasn't settled until just a couple weeks ago, when a recount declared you the winner by 167 votes. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been a long haul, but it was a real honor to be sworn in yesterday.
So you come from the most evenly divided district in the country.
I do.
What is the message that you hear from your constituents about how they want you and the Republican Party and the Congress to behave?
So I think my district actually reflects America sort of, altogether, where we are very diverse in our country and very split. But there's things that unite us regardless of party, and that's people looking for the economy to get better and people to make sure that we're safe and secure from the threats that are growing across the world. And so those are the things that I heard from them, is that they want me to focus on solutions. There was definitely an important election, and it was a statement against the president, but they don't love Washington, D.C. And so they want Congress to actually work for them. They want solutions, they want pragmatic leadership, and they want us to focus on the things that unite the country, not the things that divide the country.
You are now one of 4 women in the U.S. Congress who served in the military during the Iraq and Afghanistan wars.
Right.
Thank you for your service.
Sure.
We've had a big debate here over the past year about sexual assaults in the U.S. military. Do you see this as a big problem?
Absolutely. I mean, I served 26 years in uniform, and it is a significant problem. It is an issue related to good order and discipline as well, and impacting our military readiness. Obviously, we cannot be having crimes be committed by our military members on other military members. This is a very serious and egregious violation of the trust that we put in our people when they raise their right hand, they put on the uniform and say they're going to go defend America. So when we're allowing this to happen, this is a violation of the covenant that we have when we send our sons and daughters off to the military to serve, that they're having crimes committed against them. We've got a long way to go. There's certainly been some strides made since I saw in uniform and recently, but we've got a long way to go in order to address this serious problem.
Do you think a lot of the women who serve in the military experience sexual harassment?
Absolutely. Sexual harassment, sexual assault, it is still a very significant problem. There's also men who are experiencing it as well. Let's not forget that.
And how about you yourself? Did you?
I have had my share of experiences along the way. Yeah.
Do you think the Pentagon has done a good job in managing this?
No, I think they've failed. But look, the chain of command is responsible for the good order and discipline, the mission, and the protection of their men and women under their watch. That is their job. We need them to be engaged more, not less, in order to solve this problem.
Now, some members of the Senate told Senator Gillibrand last year that they weren't prepared to go that far, but if the Pentagon failed to respond in a more effective way, they would be prepared to go that far. Is that where you are? Are you saying that under no circumstances do you think this is the right thing to do?
That's the wrong solution, I think, and it's addressing a symptom versus the overall problem. But taking it out of the change of command isn't going to fix this whole problem. Again, what it does, it removes the leadership who are often sometimes, quite frankly, unfamiliar and ignorant on these issues. They need to be more engaged, not less engaged. And you've got the lawyers who then report to the chain of command anyway. So I really don't think that this is the solution.
You're on the Homeland Security Committee, and you will chair a subcommittee on emergency preparedness, response, and communications. That's pretty unusual for a freshman member of Congress to be able to chair a subcommittee. And I wonder if you think, since you are the Republican member of Congress who had the toughest race this time, if you think the Republican leadership is going to be looking out for you.
Well, I just went through the process of asking what committees I wanted to serve on, and that's based on your background and what's the best fit for the district. And so I asked for Homeland Security, I asked for Armed Services Committee. I made the case that, hey, I'm one of 9 border districts, and we've got 2 military bases. I've got 26 years in the military. I have a background in national security. That's a good fit for me to be on both of these committees, and an opportunity for leadership would certainly be, would be a great thing for me. So I talked to Chairman McCall. We had a good conversation about the opportunities on Homeland Security, which is the right fit, and he offered me the gavel. So I'm really looking forward to having that, that leadership opportunity moving forward, and it's a big deal. So I want to make sure that I do a good job at it.
And you hope to win by more than 167 votes
yes,
next time around.
Exactly. We'll deal with that later. But yeah, we certainly wouldn't want to go through this again. I think the community would prefer not going through it again as well.
Congresswoman Martha McSally, thank you for joining us on Capitol Download.
Thanks for having me.